Hello, welcome all my beautiful, vibrant souls who are Pisces, have big Pisces placements, or who are cross watchers for Pisces. Welcome to your month ahead predictions for the month of March 2024. You guys, I'm so proud. I've always said the March of month for like ever, and like the last three, I've gotten it right the first time. And I was like, oh, yes, I can learn, I can do that. Happy birthday to all of my March Pisces out there. We love you very much. So this is where we're going to look at your month ahead, but what we're specifically looking at is how the energies of luck, abundance, and expansion are going to be supporting you, showing up to support you, or in what areas of life they are supporting you in the month of March. Excuse me, I have tea, but it gives me the hiccups sometimes. It's a really good like strawberry, like chocolate black tea. Very, very good. Worth every bit of the hiccups. Don't you doubt it. Don't you hesitate. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at. Before we even get started, immediately, I was picking up, Pisces vibes, very, very flowy. I feel like there is something where there is an exchange. There might be an apology that needs to be discussed, or needs to be like if there's been, rupture in an important relationship, there might be repair work that needs to be done this month. You might be, super duper hardcore flowing with your emotions. And I almost feel like that's like a contagious energy that spills over into this situation that's coming through. Some of you, you're just kind of like, you're coming into terms. Maybe you didn't get an apology from somebody, and you're kind of like coming into terms with that within yourself and finding flow with like what did happen. So that's what I was picking up. So let's pull you guys an energy card to get this party started. The Pisces party. Yeah, realization is at the bottom. 37, that reduces to a 10, which reduces to a 1. So there's the end of a cycle here and a new cycle that's kind of beginning from that. I'm really drawn into the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth. So a lot of you guys, again, it's kind of like sometimes we wait for an apology from somebody as validation that yes, that they understand how they hurt us, but validation that our feelings of feeling hurt, or, what their actions or words or lack thereof caused us to feel, right? What it elicited within us. We wait for an apology to validate our own internal experience. And that makes sense. It's a very human thing to do. But there's almost this energy here that, something magical sometimes can happen when we're trying to get closure. We're trying to get an apology. We want to do the repair work, but the other person's either not able to or not willing to, is that when we hold space to validate those parts of us in a very real, raw, authentic way, we end up kind of needing to hear it from the other person less. It's less important. Not saying it's not important, but we find it maybe, it stings less. It burns away at us less. Things like that. And I'm almost picking up an energy like that. Authority, exactly. And we have another 10. So again, this is not just about this cycle and this situation. This is about a much bigger cycle for you guys. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized. Hey, there's that word. Yet receptive, wise, and loving. I get this feeling in particular, and again, this is very Pisces vibes, but for those who are drawn into this reading in particular, there's a heavy, empathic kind of vibe here. You might be very comfortable being receptive, wise, and loving, and very, very conscientious, very soft with others, very gentle with others. And that might be hard because that might never really fully come back to you. It feels like there might be one relationship in particular that it's like, I kind of expect this from the rest of the world, but I really thought that you would understand me better, or I really thought that you would try harder too. Excuse me. For some, this was from an authority figure or somebody who used to have a lot of authority in your life, like a mentor, a parent, possibly a boss, a friend who you kind of look up to a lot, or who's got I'm getting has a lot of chutzpah, maybe an earth sign or a fire sign. And I feel like this is going to be a month where the energy is going to support you in finding your internal authority to validate yourself, to heal yourself through self-acceptance and validation. So let's pull you guys a chakra card and get some more details, sweet pea. Yep, it's that one. Life purpose. Okay. The throat chakra is coming up. 22 is a master number, so there are ascended masters working with you to help you. You know, the number 2 can be about partnerships, but it's also about decisions. To help you, I feel like, reach a turning point. Excuse me, it's giving me like a little bit of judgment card energy. And we have that third eye at the bottom with dreams. You and this other person might be connecting in the astral a lot. Inner child. Yeah, there's some inner child wounds that I think the situation has brought up. And, you know, in part, it's also really because this is a time in your life, and some of this might be Saturn's transit through Pisces just at a collective level. This is really a time in your life to be working on getting in greater alignment with your life purpose, with this like new chapter, right? We have the stairs, so there is some ascension that leads to this portal. And this portal is really going to be about stepping into some facet of your destiny. It's very, very important. 555 on the timer as we say that. It's very, very important. And the thing is that I feel like many of you don't see yourselves as powerful or authoritative. Maybe some of you have seen people abuse power and you don't want to be about that. You know, your conception of power is force, coercion, you know, domination. You might not be all about that. I was like, I don't want to be in a position of power. I'm not like that. I don't believe in that. But this is why we need you, because you're a different kind of power. True power is not about dominating others. It's about having ownership over ourselves, and it's about using our sense of personal power to contribute to the world we want to see, right? To contribute to a world where power is not about dominating others, but is about caring for one another, right? It is more of like, you know, a supportive and nurturing way of holding power. It's not about what you can have the power to make make other people do, but the power you have over yourself to be responsible for others, to nurture others, to help, like, you know, provide something to the public, provide for others. That's really kind of what we're like looking at here. So you're going to eventually, at some point in your path, be in a position to have this type of different relationship to power and to be noticed for that, right? To be seen as that type of person. Somebody who really walks their talk, somebody who is congruent, somebody who is genuine, has a lot of integrity. That is what we need out of power at this point in our collective evolution. We need to see power that is receptive, wise, and loving. But before you can get to that point, you know, it is a journey to find your personal power that is, you know, directed, realized, and powerful, right? Confident, competent. And part of that comes from trusting yourself. Again, you have power over yourself. In a world that is obsessed with power structures, and I know that I've gotten flack for this in some of my comments, but that's okay because I'm going to keep saying it. In a world that is obsessed with power, specifically the power to control others, being able to neither, like, there is something so incredibly, for lack of a better term, powerful, right? Something that is so incredibly, you know, attention getting about refusing to either dominate others nor be dominated by them. And I could talk about this this is a separate TED Talk for another time. But whatever journey you're on right now, you're on a journey to find that balance because you're going to be in that position someday. Excuse me. Especially with the throat chakra, the power to find or share or protect your authentic truth, the power to protect integrity, again, to be an example of somebody who can hold power and be a person of integrity at the same time, who will not sacrifice their integrity solely to have power. So whatever you're dealing with right now, it might not seem related, but it is part of this larger journey. You are ascending toward your life purpose, and this is another step on that path. That's nice. I like that. So this is going to be a month where the energies of luck, abundance, expansion are supporting you in finding your personal power. And again, I feel through self-validation. I'm hearing self-validation, not self-flagellation. So if somebody treats you poorly, if somebody refuses to apologize, if somebody is gaslighting you or ignoring you, instead of beating yourself up and saying, I'm not good enough, why won't, you know, I'm not good enough for them to acknowledge or apologize to, you know, what I did, I must have done something wrong. And like, that's the issue here. Whoa. Yeah. Cause all the cards just exploded. 3 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. This is about a non-equitable partnership. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough for this person to try harder for this person to do their part. This is really about the power to kind of say, like, this has nothing to do with me. Like, I trust in myself. I trust in my wisdom. Again, self-supportive, self-nurturing, not self-flagellation. The Emperor. You could have been dealing with an Aries, potentially. The Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the Page of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I almost want to say Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, so there might be earth energy in here too. This could have to go back to a relationship again with a masculine energy, with an authority figure, with a father figure, potentially. I looked at this combination. Look at this cute little blue-eyed Page of Swords. Just so wondrous, right? So curious, looking toward the Emperor for some type of guidance. And I was like, oh, little buddy doesn't stand a chance. I feel like at a pivotal time, whoever it is you're dealing with, they don't have to be older than you. They don't have to be an authority figure, again, like in a traditional sense. But this is somebody you looked to with a sense of authority. You were learning from them. You hoped to learn from them. You were, I feel like, a willing student, very teachable, right? This is an apprentice. You were eager to hear what they had to say, to try new things, to try their way of doing things. And some type of push came to shove. Something happened, right? And we'll look into that in a minute. And I feel like what this is talking about is your power to go on a new path. They're both looking this way, but the Page of Wands is going this way. The Page of Wands is saying, no, I'm excited about this instead. For some, this is like a creative thing, or this is something at work you want to create, and your boss is shooting your idea down, and it's like, you're kind of coming in this month, and the energies that are supporting you are to recognize your own personal power, to like what you make, to enjoy what you do. And there's kind of this sense of like, no, this is a good idea. I'm going to get excited about this because it's worth getting excited about. You might be a naturally exuberant, excited person, have almost a very youthful energy, and somebody may have lost that within themselves along the way, and thus want you to not be like that either. What is this? What is this, like, Emperor, Page of Swords? Like, what happened? Because, you know, spiritually nosy. Again, the Emperor is a my way or the highway kind of person. This is somebody who does not apologize. This is somebody who has their shit together, but can be incredibly rigid sometimes. The Page of Cups, we've had 3 pages come out. I feel like you have a very youthful, sweet, open energy. You're open-minded. You have a beginner's mindset. You're very teachable. But the flip side of that is that you might lack confidence in yourself. Somebody might be trying to push you toward one life path, and you're like, no, I really think I should be going the other way. The Sun, yeah, there's more childlike energy. Leo showing up. The Four of Cups. And the Devil. Yeah, this is something where somebody is Capricorn showing up here. You have something that would make you happy, that you feel led to do, that is part of your spiritual path, right? It's part of your personal enlightenment, your personal power. And somebody is trying to make you feel one way or another that this is not an adequate route to take. This is irresponsible. This is riddled with pitfalls. But with life purpose, you know where you're meant to go. And the Sun and the Page of Wands, that fire energy is the spiritual energy. You know what you're meant to do. You know where your soul is going. So somebody's trying to make you feel like your idea is stupid. Somebody's trying to make you feel they're just dismissive. Somebody's trying to make you feel like your dreams are absolutely like ridiculous. Irresponsible is a word I'm getting. And there's a sense here where this is a month where you are going to find your personal power to not let their opinions bother you, not let their opinions inform you of your self-worth. And I quite like that. It is a very important step forward in you moving toward your personal power. So I'm already really loving that. Yes. No. The Two of Pentacles, you're not going back and forth anymore trying to appease this person, waiting for this person to, again, apologize. Or even for some of you, you're waiting to see if this person expects an apology from you. And there's kind of like, wait, what am I doing? No. Yeah, the Magician, you're taking your power back, especially when it comes to your mental energy. You're taking your communicative power back. You're like, nope, this person can think whatever they want. I know what I know, right? I'm here to make something. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I'm not going to let this person make me feel like crap about myself. This person might have more status than you, have more resources, and they're kind of like trying to push you into their way of doing things. Like, I got to this, this point by doing this. And it's like, I respect that. But just because I might not have as much materially as you, it does not mean that I'm wrong about what I know I need to do. It does not mean that I'm wrong for the way I handle this. But this person, again, they might kind of like insinuate that you're naive or that you don't know what you're talking about. And there's a thin line, right, between this childlike energy and naivete. A lot of the times, a lot of people don't understand what it's like to be sensitive, what it is to be positive and optimistic. And so when they see that, they assume it's naivete. They assume the world has not squashed that out of you yet, just because it eventually squashed it out of them. And it is powerful to remain optimistic, a very difficult thing, but it is powerful. In a world that thrives off of chaotic, negative mental energy, being able to be determined to see the good, determined to enjoy your life, determined to be empathetic and open and warm toward others as much as you can within the reason and boundaries, that is a radical way of taking your power back. That is radical. Believing in the possibilities, being open-minded, being in that learner's mindset all the time, no matter how much you know, valuing the input of others, whether they are older than you or younger than you, whether they are more experienced or less experienced, being truly open and equitable and in flow. Most people don't know how to do that. And again, those who have had to give up those parts of themselves to get to where they are will often be secretly resentful and will criticize and project onto you as a result. The Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords reversed, and the Five of Swords reversed. A lot of you are going to be feeling a little bit anxious to stand up to this person. Or even with the Seven of Swords reversed, it's like anxious to reveal something, anxious to, I'm seeing with the tent here and like the like little dark doorway. It's kind of like, okay, let the show begin. Anxious to take some type of action, or just to like draw a line in the sand. Like, I appreciate your input, but I think I'm going to take a different route. There's something kind of like that. And what you need to know with the Five of Swords in reverse is that there might be a little bit of discomfort, but I don't actually think it's going to be as bad as you might fear, right? I think there's a lot more, you're like afraid of the worst, when in reality there might be like a little tussle, like a little back and forth, but this person's ultimately going to let it go. This person would be too proud to have an all-out fight with you, because they don't want to sort of admit that it rattles them. They are lacking self-awareness. So, if you're doing it your way, they're like, all right, fine, you figure it out. Like, you make your mistakes then, without really stopping to consider, you know what, maybe Pisces actually has like a point here. I'm curious about that. Let me think about it. Let me ask about it. That's not what they're going to do. They're just going to assume I'm right, and that's all there is to it. Pisces will find out when they find out. It's really not going to be as bad as you think it is. So if you have to like I'm hearing some of you want to put in your notice somewhere. Some of you want to decline something because it's just not in alignment with you, or whoever it is you'd be working with. You don't like their philosophies, their way of doing it. Don't worry about it. It's actually going to go a lot more smoothly than you may have thought. So that's what I have for you for this month, Pisces. You are going to be very, very supported in you taking back your authentic power through your authentic truth. And I'm very excited for you. Feel free to come back and let me know how it panned out. I love hearing about what's going on in your lives. But yeah, it's been an honor and a joy getting to connect with you today. And I hope I get to see you real soon. Take care. Bye.